YouTube, what is going on? We are live from the interrogation camera. The quality on this camera is not all that great, but if you could hear in my voice, I'm a little bit sick. That's the reason I also haven't been outputting a lot of videos. But basically, what I want to do, I want to get a couple of people in here, and I want to talk about the DJI Mavic Mini. I think it's something that almost every YouTuber that's in the drone world should be talking about, and I haven't talked about it yet. I haven't done a video on it. Logan, what's going on? I'm sick, but we're going live. I'm in-house bound. That's why you guys haven't seen any flight videos outside at all. Doctor says I can't even go to work. I'll be going to work. Clack 1971, what's going on? I'll be going back to work Friday, regardless how I feel. Got to make money, bills got to get paid and whatnot. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the DJI Mavic Mini. I'm gonna try to drop a page over here so I can have the exact specs here that we can refer to. The biggest thing for me is the price range, man. You can get the basic setup, which comes with a controller. And if you hear my dog growling in the background, he is playing with a toy. So we're living life here. I haven't put the dog away. I didn't go in the drone room. We're just going off a whim here. Something I wanted to talk about. So the price point, $399. And without, I have the specs on a side page here, but just off the top of my head, not looking at the specs, what we're getting for 390, and I'll take my glasses off, that way there's not a glare on my face. For $399, we're getting a 3-axis camera that's rated, I think, to go 3K or 4K. That's a decent amount of distance. I want to tell you exactly how far it's rated to go. Max distance speed, 3 meters per second, 1.8 meters. Okay, max speed, max flight time. I'm putting my glasses back on. I'm trying to see where it's saying, and here, maybe I'll move this over here. That way you guys could, about what I love about it. Yes, and that's another big thing. Flying Jersey, what's going on? And Alex, no problem helping you on choice of drones. That's kind of what the channel is there for. That way you're not a guppy like I was when I first started out and just buying SEMA X5s from retail store for like $70 a pop. And I did that quite often. But like Logan said 249 grams. It's under that 250 gram mark, and that's going to be a big deal for a lot of people, especially people up in Canada. People up in Canada, to my knowledge, they've gotten cracked with like some stringent drone policies that they've been pretty hard up on. Myself, I could care less about the weight. I know a lot of people are going to care about the weight, and it's a big thing in many countries besides Canada. But 250 grams is a big deal. I'm still trying to find out operating temperature. I have a question. How do I become a drone tester person? We do have some strict rules. Van City is, I believe, from Vancouver, if I can remember properly. Johnny Home, you got to put your work in. You got to be a knowledgeable person about RC. They will come to you. You have to establish yourself if you want to be a drone tester. Also, put out the money. Put out the money in your venture. I did. When I first started, I put out a lot of money buying drones. That way my channel had content for you guys. I'm sorry, where they send you drones and you test them. I kind of just went over that. But here, we're trying transmission power, GPS glogness, gimbal. We have tilt, roll, and pan 3-axis. Why am I not seeing range? Anybody know the range of the Mavic Mini? Now I'm asking you guys. I think it's like 3K, 3 or 4K. Why am I not seeing it on the stat page? I heard camera was going to be 2.7K. Video format is going to be MP4. Remote control. Here we go. Transmission. Operating frequency, max transmission distance. 5.8, 2.4, 5.8. Okay. Saying 2,000 meters. Same as Mavic. Fly in Toronto. Good luck. And that's another thing. There's a lot of people There's a lot of people that are thrown off by DJI for the simple fact they do restrict their stuff and they do try to keep you grounded when you're not supposed to be flying where you're supposed to be flying. So if you live in a large city, this might not be the drone for you. And myself, I'm buying one. I'm not getting sent one. Like somebody said, how do you become a drone tester? Well, go out and buy some drones. That's the first step. I'm buying mine as soon as Best Buy has it, and Best Buy I think is going to have it on the 11th. Hopefully they're going to have it in stores by the 11th. You can order it right now. You can pre-order it from Best Buy right now and get it on the 11th. But let's see here. So 500 meters with the 5.8 gigahertz, and it's showing 200 meters, which is just over a mile on 2.4 gigahertz. I thought it was supposed to be, it says obstruction-free interference. I thought it was supposed to be a little bit better than that. In any regard, myself, I generally don't fly out over a mile. A mile is plenty good enough for me when I'm flying anything. I've taken the Spark just about a mile out. I've taken Bugs 2 is just about a mile out. I've taken a lot of drones just about a mile out. And a mile's good distance. The thing that's catching it for me is the size of this thing. If you've seen the thumbnail, I edited that thumbnail that way it wasn't copyrighted. The original thumbnail was the drone fitting in the palm of the hand. That was DJI's thumbnail that I edited a little bit. Adrian Mateo Drones, what is going on? Everything's going on good. Stan the drone man, what's going on, brother? Happy everybody could check in. If my voice sounds a little bit different, I have a horrible infection in my lungs. Perth West, what's going on? That's why you guys haven't seen any videos. I'm doing good, Adrian Mateo. I think I'm saying your name right. That's why you guys haven't seen any videos outside. I do plan on doing a video inside the drone room today, actual flight video. But that's why my channel's been a little bit limited. I'm sick. But this is something I want to touch on. I believe this just got released today where you can actually go to DJI and purchase this. And I was half tempted. I think Jack Chrome said 1.4 miles, same as Mavic Air, I believe. Yeah, and 1.4 miles, that's about right with what the distance that I'm reading. What did I read here? 2,000 meters. Right here, I'm also reading this. Transmission distance obstruction-free interference. It shows model MR1SS5. I have no clue what that means. 5.8 gigahertz, 4,000 meters. That's much farther than what you just said, Doug. That's much farther. 599, 799, AOS, fly more. Stop thinking about Kristen Puppy has something. I'm trying to keep up with your comments here. Think about ordering Mavic Mini, liking the size. I like the size too, $5.99 in Australia. I do have 4 drones. I just don't put videos on the internet. Should I do that? Yes, you should do that if you want to become a tester. That'd be smart to do. I think it's not sold out, more like availability here in Australia. 2 km, 4.5 km Mavic. So what if you go to DJI.com and look at Mavic Mini specs, that's actually what I'm on. I have a sub page that's actually overlaying the YouTube feed, but I can still see your text. I'm showing 4 different readings. Okay, I'm showing a 5.8 gigahertz, just 5.8 gigahertz. All right, we'll go up above that. Model MR1S. Thank you. MR1SS5. I don't know what that is. It's showing 4,000 meters. Now, the time to buy a Spark before you can't find them. Yes, you're not going to be able to find, well, you'll be able to find the Sparks for a while. I don't think they're going to discontinue those, but you should be able to start to find the Sparks contagiously around $200, I would say. But yeah, so go. Let's see. Damn, my brother, what's up? Go on DJI.com/Mavic-Mini/specs. That's where I'm on. Me and the wife got that Mini. You did a video on YouTube. Nice. The Mini Air Jaguar is pretty cool. But I'm showing 3 specifications here. I will just shut up and stop reading your comments for a second. It shows 3 specs on range. The first one, it's showing model MR1SS5, 5.8 gigahertz, 4,000 meters FCC, 2,500 meters SRRC. I have no clue what any of that means. If anybody could clarify that, that'd be great. Now, the next part that goes with what we've been saying the range would be was just over a mile, which is 1,600 meters, is 2.4 gigahertz. At 2,000 meters, MIC/CE. Again, I don't know what the MIC/CE means. And then the last one that they're showing is 5.8 gigahertz, 500 meters CE. Again, I don't know what that means. I didn't buy. Bitrate got me. Okay, so if this thing goes 4,000 meters, I'd say everybody and their mother go buy one. Hopefully that unfrogified my voice just a little bit. Dan Hall, what's going on, brother? Now, for me, you guys know I have a Spark. I actually have two Sparks. I also have, claimed 4K range. So that might be it. The 5.8 gigahertz, 4,000 meter FCC, 2,500 meter SRRC. I don't know what those things mean, but maybe that's plug and play. Maybe that's OTG. I mean, FCC is, that's something, I don't know, man. But if it goes that far, everybody go buy one. That is insane for what they are charging.
Lay down and you're going to bed.
I have two Sparks. I have a Phantom and I have a DJI Tello. DJI Rise Tello. It's not DJI, as most people will tell you. It's Rise with DJI inside of it. I'm not a DJI fanboy. I'm a Wingsland fanboy. I'll tell you that right now. If Wingsland comes out with a drone that's a clone of this, even if it's $200 more, I'm going to buy it because I absolutely love Wingsland. I like Wingsland's logo. I like Wingsland's colorway that they put on their drones. I'm a Wingsland fanboy. I've only ever had one Wingsland that didn't work properly after sitting, and that was the M5. I'm not a Dan Hall. I'm not a huge Alcema fanboy. I was up until I bought the CG033 and it was a flop. I'm a CG035 fanboy by all means. But again, I'm not a DJI fanboy. So why, if I'm not a DJI fanboy, why am I doing a feed on the Spark Mini? Why do I sound a little bit overzealous, a little bit ecstatic about the DJI Mavic Mini? The price with a 3-axis gimbal that's going to go over a mile, and it might go well over a mile if we actually get that 4,000 meter FCC, 2,500 meter SRRC range, whatever that is. If we actually get that, that's something that's unheard of. We've seen other companies come out with drones that have been really touting a Mavic look, that have been touting a 4K that hasn't had any type of image stabilization, and those drones have been selling retail around $200 to $300. So you got companies that are do we have a price? Yes. Your Flymore is going to be $499. That's going to come with extra batteries and extra stuff. But the non-Flymore version is $399. $399, and it's not going to be like the DJI Spark where you don't get a controller. From what I've read, you are getting a controller with the base model. You're getting a controller, and that's huge. Buenos dias, Jay. Trade in the Spark with 2 batteries and controller is 145 mini will be in the fleet. Are you saying they're having a trade up? Or did you just do that? Did you just trade in? Great. And so it is. It really is. Again, I'm not saying, again, because I'm not a DJI fanboy. If I was a DJI, here, I'll tell you how DJI fanboys talk. We'll be a DJI fanboy. I'll put my feet in DJI fanboy. I'm more so thinking of getting Black Xena Pro 4K with the extended range it has now. Myself, I don't know, unless I get a really good deal on the Xeno Pro. I'm not stoked about the Xenos. The newest one, they did seem to work out some quirks. But here, if I was a DJI fanboy, this is what this feed would be. Guys, the new DJI Mavic Mini is out. You have to go buy it. If you guys didn't buy the Mavic Pro, if you didn't buy the Mavic Zoom, where are you guys at? You're late to the game. You have to. DJI is the best. Like that's a DJI fanboy mentality. That's not me. Again, I've already Wingsland. I'll sell you on a Wingsland. You're looking to get a Wingsland? Talk to me. I'll sell you on one. I don't work for Wingsland. Wingsland has never hooked me up. Huge. But it's the same with the new iPhone. Right. You have, and I have iPhones. The only reason I have iPhones is because they work better. They're operating off of the same operating system versus Android. So with that said, drone companies can pair up their drone better with iPhone versus all the operating systems that Android has. That's why I have an iPhone. But a non-DJI fanboy is telling you this might be something to consider because of the price point, because of the range, because you're not getting a 2-axis gimbal. Although the 2-axis gimbal on the Spark works awesome, you're getting a 3-axis gimbal in a small package. Get it inside. Right, there is no hurry. And that's where I'm at right now. The new Mavic Mini have a new app. Not right. It is definitely a new app. I've heard that as well. And I'm in no rush to get it either. I'm sick. I have drones. I have drones that I gotta get outside and that I get to do flight videos for you guys. I have testing that I have on my spreadsheet that I want to get done for you guys. I have modifications to my drones that I would like to get done for you guys. But again, I'm sick. Um, it's cold outside, so I'm in no rush to get it myself. Um, that's why I'm waiting for Best Buy. That's why I'm not going over to DJI right now. I'm buying it. SP500. Yeah, which one was the SP500? Help me out. Help me out. Give me a name. Is that let's see. Snaptane. Is that from Snaptane? If so, I don't think so. I have 2 Snaptanes that are on my shelf. One is black. Yes, GPS Snaptane. So that's the black one, I assume. No, I haven't even unboxed it, man. Again, I've been really sick. I'm slowly getting better. I got really, really strong medication that I got yesterday. Comes with all types of side effects. Hopefully, I don't get any of them. The yellow or the blue Snaptane that has the rings around it that you can do gesture control with your hand, or it has a controller. I actually have the battery charging now. I plan on doing a flight of that in my drone room. But yeah, as far as rushing out or going on the computer, it's released today, I gotta have it. No, that's not the case. When it gets released in Best Buy, then as I have time, I'm gonna go to Best Buy, which is about 35 miles north or 35 miles south of where I live, and then I'm going to get one. The reason I'm doing that is because if I have any issues with it, it's going back to Best Buy. I'm not waiting on DJI. I'm not waiting to take it to send it out to DJI. And do I foresee it having Kels, what's going on, brother? I'm sick, but I'm happy to see you. Everybody, Kels is one of my brothers that I went to school with. He's been doing some travel vlogs and whatnot. If you have a chance, if you like travel stuff, do me a favor, check out his YouTube. And Kels, I know you're talking about getting a drone. The DJI Mavic Mini is what we're talking about now. I know you're not thoroughly well to do with drones. I think I spoke to you about my Spark that I absolutely love that I travel with. This thing's going to be $399. It's going to come with a 3-axis gimbal. It's going to do some range and is available for purchase now on DJI. Myself, I'm waiting until Best Buy has it, which should be on the 11th. That's why I'm here to learn. Cool. So, and yes, Dan Hall says, check out my wife's channel, River Lily. Go check her channel out. She hasn't had a lot of content because we haven't been moving. Again, I'm sick. She's been taking care of me. So again, this is a big deal. DJI hands down owns the market in flying cameras. That's what they are. They're flying cameras. Can you sport fly their stuff? You can. Their earlier stuff, it wasn't suggested to because you'd break the motor mounts or you'd break the housings around them. The Spark I've sport flyed have no issues. I don't know if this is going to. I mean, I'm going to go down the specs here. I'm going to look. It says operating temperature is 0 to 40 degrees Celsius, which is 32 Fahrenheit to 104 Fahrenheit. And obviously we've flown stuff in colder, and people have flown stuff in colder than freezing temperatures. Freezing temperatures is 0 Celsius to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Myself, I don't suggest flying anything over $100 in that, because you take the chance of not thoroughly breaking, because mechanically it can hang. But what you take the chances, you're probably coming out of your car, you're probably coming out of your house, which is a warm environment. You take your drone into that climate, it's probably going to handle well. You bring your drone back into that climate, guess what the possibility of lens fog is going to happen? And lens fog does not only happen on the exterior of your camera, it also happens on the internals. And if you get lens fog, which is condensation on the internals of your camera, unless you love taking stuff apart, which I don't love taking stuff apart, you're going to constantly have condensation. You're going to constantly have a foggy lens on the inside. And some of these cameras that are attached to gimbals are extremely tough to take apart. So I don't suggest flying anything below freezing temperatures. Myself, I like to stay, or as far as camera drones, if you got a SEMA X5, if you got something that you just like to sport fly, if you got an FPV drone, a brushless monster, by all means, go fly that stuff in below freezing temperatures.
We're really a contest on our page. We're giving away a dog.
My wife said we are going to do a contest on my wife's page. We're going to be giving away a dog. His name is Zuni. He is a full-size dog. He came from New Mexico, and we rescued him, and he is a nut. Argentina in the house. Happy to have Argentina in the house. We got Canada in the house. We got Argentina in the house. We got the United States definitely repping. Perth, West Oz is from Australia. Again, I appreciate everybody that checks in worldwide. This is a worldwide group, and this is a worldwide event that is definitely going on. Todd Montgomery, what is going on? So I just want to go ahead and stroll down the specifications here. I'm going to be rocking a 2600, 2600 milliamp an hour battery. Let's see here. I am still skeptical. Yeah, try to say that again. Skeptical. I'm done. Y'all can read what Simon said. Have Bugs 2W and a Phantom 3 Pro. I have a Phantom 3 standard and the 2W. About the distance on the Mini, can fly. Hopefully not like the Spark. My Spark can only fly just above. What? Dude, your Spark is lacking, man. DJI website says 20 to 25 days to ship out in the US. So, okay. So I pre-ordered at Best Buy instead. Right. That's where I'm at. I don't want to wait for DJI. And before we get back to that, I'm going to hold my finger on that. Somebody just said 200 meters, man. Check out J Drone. I'm J Drone. You're on the J Drone channel. Check out my Spark videos. I believe I've gotten just about to a mile with my Spark. If yours is only going 200 meters, I only assume that you're in a highly congested area. And if you're new to drones, again, I don't know if my boy Kels is still here, or anybody else that is just checking in with drones. A highly congested area is any area that has 2.4 gigahertz that is bouncing around, that if you were actually able to see the waves, Kels is still here. Again, check out my boy's channel. You guys know me. I'm a straight shoot. I don't edit too much. I like to straight shoot. I've done some heavy editing. It takes a lot of time. He's done some nice edits on his travels and things that he's doing. But 2.4 gigahertz. What is operating off 2.4 gigahertz? Most of your Wi-Fi, most of your cell phone, most of your baby monitors, most of your wireless devices, if anybody still has a house phone, 2.4 gigahertz is everywhere. If you could see it, you wouldn't be able to see in front of your face if you were in the city. So if you're flying the DJI Spark in a city, that might be the main reason why you're getting limited range. Go out to a ball field, go out to an open field like I generally fly in, and then try it. If you're still getting that range, it might be device compatibility. Dude, I can't talk. Cannot talk. Again, I'm sick. Please excuse me. I'm going to take a sip of water. 1 minute. So if you're using an Android and you're getting that, that's your problem. If you're using a brand new Android, and yeah, hydration definitely, like let's see, what was it, yesterday or the day before, I was running like 101 point something. I'm actually back down where I'm good. So if you're running older Android and you're getting that range on any drone, not just the DJI, it's your device. And again, I'm not an Apple fanboy by any means. I would say I'm an Android fanboy. I like Android over Apple. But I'm going to tell, whoa, Urban Stealth Camper Mini Camper Van in the house. We got somebody repping the UK in the house. What's up, Urban? Happy to see you here. He's a dude that's doing the van life thing big time, and he's an artist. If anybody wants to see some dope artwork, check out my man Urban Stealth Camper Van, man. Check him out as well. But what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying, man. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, device compatibility. And I'm not saying that, right? But I'm not even going to try to correct myself. So y'all can make fun of me and put the laughy emojis up if you want to. So I like Android. I like my Android touchpads. I like my Amazon Fires. I like my LG phones. When I got the Spark, my controller would not update. So I had to fly my Spark just via the cell phone, and that was no fun. Okay. So that was no fun. So somebody on Drone Days, which is a group that I run, if you're not familiar with, Drone Days is on Facebook. It's like maybe 26K or maybe 31K. I don't know. It's worldwide. It's the best drone group on Facebook, point, period. Somebody told me you need an iPhone. Again, I like Android. I'm like, get out of here. I'm not getting an iPhone. They're like, dude, you need an Android or you need an iPhone. Get away from that Android with the drones. I didn't believe them, but guess what? I got one. Guess what happened when I got that iPhone hooked up to that controller? Done. Just like that, 3 seconds. The controller that was on standby and would not update off of my Android like that in 3 seconds updated off of iPhone. Since then, I've been using iPhone on drones. And the reason I use iPhone on drones is because of that. But a more technical reason, how drones are broken you. How drones are broken you. Maybe you have broken English. Maybe you are asking me how many drones have I broken. Zuni, go. Get. Dog's trying to play and we're on a live stream. Let's see. Why is that? Okay, so check it out. I just watched Apple to Android. Kristen, can you deal with this dog, please? Sorry, check it out. So a more technical reason besides bam, it just worked for me, is Android has so many different operating systems. From all your different what the new mini Facebook live stream with that. Okay. So Android, and we'll tilt it now. Bam, we're more focused. Android has so many different operating systems versus Apple. Apple predominantly uses one iOS, and they try to keep everybody updated on that. And what that means is you have all pretend these little blips that I'm putting everywhere. Jim, what's going on, brother? Happy to see you here. All these little blips that I'm putting everywhere are darts that I'm throwing on a dartboard. That's Android's operating system. If you haven't updated your iPhone, we'll just go ahead and throw 3 blips. So you got all these blips over here versus maybe 1, 2, 3 blips that you have iPhone. The drone manufacturers are able to pair 250G. No, I don't need a license if I get that. There you go. And Android MTG just hit on something heavy with this as far as the weight, which we barely touched on before. So all the little blips with Android, and then boop, boop, and maybe boop. You have all the blips with Android, and then you have maybe 3 blips. The blips representing the operating systems. And the 3 blips with iOS, they're all the same operating system. They just might be a later date. So drone manufacturers can pair their drone better and make the app better and more compatible with iPhone easily. Now, newer drones, you guys know if you have older iPhones, you can't fly or you can fly the newer drones. You can open up the app, but you're not getting that transmission as well because of the dated operating system that you're using. So hopefully that makes sense to some of y'all. Again, I like Android. I don't own one Apple touchpad. All my touchpads in the house that I have are Android. I know how to work Android better. I know how to mod Android better. I know, like, dude, I have an Amazon Fire that'll run Dreamcast games, that'll run PlayStation 2 games, that'll run SNES, Nintendo, whatever. I saw about 5-minute video reviews. Not one of them shows the distance test. I got you. I got you. Now, I'm not going to try to lose mine when I get it. And again, I'm going to buy one. I'm not rich by any means, Again, I'm losing money being sick. I don't have health insurance. I'll tell you that right now. So one, I had to pay to go see my doctor. Out of pocket. There was no copay. There was an outright payment. I got to pay cash to do that. Two, I don't have health insurance, so I had to go get my prescriptions and pay out of pocket for that. Three, I couldn't go to work that day, and I can't go to work until Friday. And Friday, I'm probably not going to be fully recovered, but I'm still going to work. But I'm buying one. I'm not getting sent this drone for free. I'm not even getting sent a discount for this. DJI won't mess with me. I don't know why. Maybe they'll mess with me at some point. You can use iPod 6th Gen to fly drones. Yes, you should be able to use an iPod. Dude, I use an iPhone SE. I mean, I have an iPhone 6, but I use an iPhone SE, which is after the 5, before the 6. The thing runs every single drone that I have like a champ. Like a champ. And that's, dude, it's so old. You could pick up an SE for like 100 some odd dollars. How only for a brand new DJI drone? Yeah, it's not cheap for a DJI drone. Hope you get better. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Well, yeah, I do know. I'll tell you how they're selling it cheaper. Well, at least my thoughts and theory on it. Somebody touched on the weight again. You don't have to register drones that are under the 250 gram mark. That's in the United States anyway. I don't know if that's worldwide. I'm pretty sure Canada has some type of law that's very close to that as well. So this is huge for a lot of people that don't want to register stuff. This is huge for a lot of countries that basically won't let you fly unless it's under 250 grams, unless you want to shell out a lot of money. Um, is not a Spark 2, seems more like a Spark 3. In this juncture, the Mavic Mini seems like a Spark 3 now that this is out. UK, no need a license. That's very for over 250 grams. In the United Kingdom, you don't need one for over 250 grams. And Beyond Trees said it is the same in Canada. So all right, so how is DJI able to sell this drone at the cost that we're seeing right now? It's unheard of. 3 axis, the range that they're touting, the price that they're touting. How are they able to do this? And the weight, the fact that they've consolidated all this technology into a small package. It's really simple. I think the UK laws may be more strict than Canada laws. I again, I'm not really well traversed with United Kingdom laws by any means. It is supposed to have obstacle avoidance sensors. Don't quote me on that. I do have the specs up. I can definitely look at it. To be honest, I don't expect 30-minute flight time nor 3 axis above and beyond what I thought. Right. Again, a 2 axis gimbal at this price would have been fine. I would go, dude, I would still buy this drone if it only had a 2 axis gimbal, as long as it was getting the range that they're going to quote it at. But we're getting a 3 axis gimbal. But anyway, back to me being sidetracked, because again, I try to be very attentive to what you guys are typing. Right, again, Beyond Trees says the weight has him interested. There's a lot of things that have a lot of people interested. Jeff, what's going on, brother? Happy to see you here. But how are they able to sell it for about the thousandth time? And we're gonna hit this bing right on the nail right now. I'm putting up my horse blinders. I'm not gonna look at the texting, the comments. So the way that they're able to do it is maybe the company is actually doing us a favor. Maybe the company is doing a solid to the drone community. Maybe the company has finally gotten off their high horse, because I do think DJI is on a high horse, because why wouldn't you be? You own the market in drones. You own the market in camera drones. You own the market in quality camera drones. Point period. I think they're doing a solid. I think they're throwing one back to the community. I think they're eating a little bit. Well, they're not eating it all. They've been gouging. The DJI Mavic, the original Mavic and the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Zoom that are up there in the $1,000 to $1,400 range probably only cost them $500 to make. Yeah, I said it. Anybody work for the company? Anybody get the specs? Can anybody get the specs on what it costs to make one of these drones? I bank money. $1,000 drone that they're selling us costs them around $500 to make, and they're cashing out on $500. So this drone right here, they might not be making as much profit, but I'm going to venture to say they're selling this drone for $399. It might only cost them It might only cost them $250 to $300, and they're not making huge profit margin on this. Could they sell this drone at $750? I think they could sell this drone at $750 and still make a profit. All right, blinders off. I seen the text feed going up crazy. Willie Dunlap, my homie, what's up? Let's see here. Do you think Best Buy will offer a discounter for Black Friday? I don't know. I don't know. That's great. That's a great thought. I don't know. The price will be $399, $499 for the Fly More package. Should be tested against a Nafi. I don't have the Nafi. I can't do it. It is weird in the UK to get license flying Mavic. Vote those. I'm ready. Willie and Pound. Sorry, yes, Willie's in the United States. Yep, true, super cheap like Apple phone. Right, exactly. It don't cost no $1,000 to make an Apple phone. You guys know that. $1,000, we could have a phone that'll fit. We could, I mean, we don't want big phones, but we could have a monstrosity of a phone. We could have a monstrosity of a phone that would probably clean our house for $1,000. And that would probably paint stuff for $1,000, and that could probably do arithmetic without even asking it to, and solve some real world issues for $1,000. The tech that we're getting served, is made considerably less than what we're paying it, and they're making a huge profit off of it. But they know we want it. It's a supply and demand. The supply, they can keep up with the supply. I mean, there's it's an assembly line cookie cutter type thing where they can just bam, they can get it out there. The demand's high because we're suckers for technology. Best Buy will have sales tax on top. Better to buy in DJI store. I'm fine with paying the sales tax. And even on the DJI store, you should still have to pay sales tax. Amazon's making us pay sales tax. Heard for any you need to renew your registration yearly. I believe that's true. Just said that DJI short themselves on the foot. Why would they make the Mavic Air obsolete with one model? Because they're not going to. They're not, and I know. I've seen the videos too. Mavic Mini makes the Mavic Air obsolete. Makes the Mavic Pro obsolete. Makes the Mavic Zoom obsolete. It's not going to. It's not going to, and I'll tell you why it's not going to. The reason it's not going to is because you have people. I don't know how to put this. I try to put this. There's a way to put this in there. Again, I like to think before I say stuff. I don't just want to come off the whim and just bam, 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 and then shoot myself in the foot. Let's take a Challenger. Let's take a Dodge Challenger, okay? You have a Dodge Challenger. Is everybody familiar with the Dodge Challenger? People in different countries. Do y'all know what a Dodge Challenger is? It's an older car, but it's also a newer car. Many folks have DJI products. That's for sure. That is for sure. I own 4 myself. Do we know what a Dodge Challenger is before I go on my rant on why this will not make the other Mavics obsolete? Because that's what I'm going to base my rant off of, the Dodge Challenger. I am a car guy. Okay. So Perth West is in Australia. He knows what the Challenger is. Beyond Trees, if my recollection is right, he's in UK. If I'm wrong about your countries, just let me know. But all right, so check it out. We got the Dodge Challenger. The Challenger was a car that was coveted back in the day. Right, like his stream. He's Andrew MTV. I appreciate that. Everybody smash that thumbs up button. I really right. And Perth West just nailed it. A classic USA muscle car, right? So we have the Dodge Challenger that was produced way back when, before my time. Okay. And then they stopped producing it, right? It did not make that car obsolete. Why? Because people wanted it. People, there's a high collector value for that car for many reasons, and I'm not going to go into the reasons. Okay. So even though they stopped producing it, there was a high want for it, and the car is still around. The original car is still around. Now, recently, within the past couple years, it's a Nova in Canada. And Nova Scotia, no, yeah, I did read that right. It says Nova and then Scotia, Canada, which you're saying Nova Scotia, Canada. So Beyond Trees is in Canada. Excuse me for saying that you're in the UK. I do apologize. Right? So we have a classic muscle car that has withstand the time, the sands of time. Unlike the Pontiac Sunbird, which had very little following for it, which they're still around, but they're really hard to find. There's cars that have faded away that aren't huge. Okay. Um, but the Challenger, the classic one, is still around. You can still see them. People love them. And again, we're getting people are listing different cars that are still around that have withstand the sands of time. Now, this one withstand the sands of time so much that Dodge decided to come out with a newer one. Now, why would they do that? Is it going? This newer one's going to have all the tech involved, right? And again, we're not just going to touch on a newer one. We're going to touch on a couple stages of the newer one. And again, guys, if you stepped into this isn't Dodge Challenger Forum. We are going to correlate this to the Mavic and why the other Mavics aren't going to be obsolete. Just as well that you can still go on DJI and buy a Phantom SE. I think it's the Phantom SE, which is basically a Phantom 3 standard. Okay, so the classic car is still around. They just made, not just, but recently got the newer Challenger, which is out there, right? Okay, so is that going to make the classic one obsolete? Absolutely not, because there's a following for that. There's people that love a classic that love the original. Okay, so SE is not in USA for sale. I was on their website and I thought I seen it. But maybe it's out of stock or whatever. But okay, so now we have the new one. We have the new Dodge Challenger. So you have different stages of the Dodge Challenger, right? Okay. So we have the regular Dodge Challenger, which may be affordable to some people. It's not affordable to me. Then you have another tier above it, and then you have the Hellcat, right? Does anybody know what the Hellcat Challenger is? The Hellcat Challenger is the top of the line Challenger that you can buy. That actually a couple. I'll give you a little. I'll give you a little bit of news. A couple of teenagers went into a dealership and stole two of these Hellcats. They stole two of these Hellcats and crashed them because of the horsepower that the Hellcats outright. And see, so some people know. Some people absolutely know. Perth West says it's like 800 horsepower. These two teenagers broke into a dealership, stole two Hellcats. The Hellcats were way too powerful for them, and they crashed them, right? So, why would they come out with a Hellcat Challenger that makes the stock Challenger look like a Cavalier, a Chevy Cavalier? Wouldn't you think that this Hellcat, because you're buying a Challenger, you're buying the Challenger for the whole facade of power, for the whole facade of that vintage, because they did make a little bit vintage Challenger facade, but now you have guys rolling around in Hellcats making your Challenger look like a grading car. Why would they do that? Because in theory, with the DJI mentality that a lot of people are putting out there, with the DJI Mavic Mini coming out at the price point, it's going to make these other ones obsolete. That's not the case. People still buy the regular Challenger because they want a Challenger. They maybe can't. They probably want that Hellcat, but they can't afford it. And you have guys that want a Challenger. They can afford the Challenger, but guess what? They can also afford top tier line 800 horsepower Hellcat. So where does that go into correlation with what we were talking about with the DJI Mavic Mini? Well, check it out. You're still going to be able to buy a Spark. Even if they discontinue it, they're going to be all over marketplace. Hopefully the price comes down to about $200 and makes it affordable for people who want them. For another $200, you're going to be able to get a brand new Mavic Mini that's going to tow the 3-axis gimbal, that's going to have better range, that's going to be new. Or eBay. You'll definitely be able to get. Can anyone convert the tariffs? I don't know tariffs. I'm not getting into the tariffs. I'm not getting into trading tariffs. I will never touch on that. So why would anybody buy the Mavic Zoom? Why would anybody buy the Mavic Pro? Why would anybody buy the original Mavic? For the same fact of the Hellcat. You could go into the Challenger market and get the base model. No bells and whistles. You can add some bells and whistles mid-range. You can get the Hellcat above that. Same thing. You're going to have people that want a dope drone. Range, exactly. You get better range with the top tier ones. There's plain and simple, there's top tier guys. There's top tier guys, and there's also DJI fanboys. There's going to be DJI fanboys that want to own every single DJI drone because they're a DJI fanboy. Like I said, VIRPALK. What's up? I got to give props and shout outs to VIRPALK. Big props to them. Not to dilute anybody else that's here, but that person has been on almost every single one of my videos lately, on fire, commenting, and even watching old videos commenting, showing some huge support. I definitely appreciate it. So anyway, that's where it's going to be at. You have your DJI fanboys that want to collect all things DJI, just like me. I own every single Wingsland drone that was ever produced, minus the M5 because I couldn't get to work and I sold it. I have several drones, and to me, each person has their own preference. Personally, I won't purchase this drone. I don't expect the price to the price on this is drastic. Too many, right? And again, that's where I said about taking higher price drones from cold to sub freezing and then back into or from warm to sub freezing to warm and getting that condensation. Right, the price is a steal. The price right now is a steal. The only way you're going to see this drop is one, if it's a flop, which I don't think it's going to be because DJI really hasn't released many flops. And two, Black Friday. You might see it. You might. I highly doubt it because the price is a steal and a half. I am more like a drone enthusiast. Love them all. Even the egg drone. I love them all too. I absolutely love all things drones. I play with toy drones probably more than most people, and I'm not going to say top guys because I'm not a top guy by any means. How do I want to phrase this? I probably play with more toy grade drones than other YouTubers with my same sub count. Once you hit over the 10,000 sub count, you got to be serious. You got to be in the game. You got to brushless. No, that's not me. I absolutely love playing with toy grade drones, like super toy grade, like super plastics. That's a toy grade class that J Drones coined, super plastic. I've coined it for RC cars. It's definitely going into drone world where we got super plastics, and that's when they're comprised 99.9% of plastic, and they feel extremely light. But I absolutely love it. And for me, say, and it should everything that I've said here, if you just chimed in, you're definitely going to want to watch this entire feed over again. But everything that I've said here and my ecstaticness for this drone, and Kels, I don't know if Kels is still in here. TC, I'm doing better than I was a couple days ago. I'm still sick. Other than that, I'm all right. It does make you a better pilot, and a better pilot. Hold on to better pilot. Hold it there. I lose track very often. We're gonna hold this up here. Remind me what this stands for. Better pilot. But everything that I'm saying towards this drone should hold some weight because when the Mavics came out, I really didn't. I didn't do videos on the Mavics. The Mavic Zoom and the Mavic Pro, I didn't do videos on them. Although they're dope drones, they're extremely dope drones, and they're definitely video worthy, but I wasn't excited about them. The price point was a huge point. Mr. Needham, what's going on? Happy to see you here. Anyone know if FPV headset will work with the Mavic Mini? FPV headset. I see. I don't know DJI Mavic Mini, or I don't know the Mavic headset per se, but you can get a set of VR goggles, put your phone in there, and fly like that. I've done it with the Spark. You can do it really cheaply. But yeah, everything that I'm saying should encourage some of you guys to buy it. And again, I'm not attaching a link to this. I'm not an affiliate with DJI. It's just something I feel pretty strongly with. This drone may sideline my Spark. My Spark sidelined my Phantom. It may sideline my Spark. It really might. I thought the Xeno might sideline my Spark. It didn't. I mean, folded up, it's about the same size as a Spark, but unfolded, it's considerably larger. Try VR headset. I've been wanting to. It's cool. Check out. Type in J Drone, Spark FPV. I think you'll be able to come across the video. Or I might be able to do it. I have two windows up here because I did have the specs on this. I'm gonna go ahead and open another window. I'm gonna type in YouTube. I'll try to find a video and drop it in the comments there. And holding the Better Pilot. I need two hands to type those. Search J Drone Spark FPV. Dude, I did it. I did it for a fraction there. $40 DJI goggles. We'll go ahead and click on that, and I'll pause it. I don't even need to hear myself. I know that's the video that I want to send you. I'm not bashing DJI because they're on top. They are top, but overpriced. Owning DJI before, it just wasn't much better than a $200-300 drone I've owned and still own. Agreed. I agree they're overpriced. This drone here, I don't think is overpriced. I really don't. That's that video. You don't need DJI goggles to fly DJI stuff in goggles. I'm a huge backer on. I have a Mavic 2 Zoom. It's been in the package since April. What? You're afraid to fly a most expensive drone. He said RIP Hubs and Zeno. I definitely, you need range and altitude. I say always go with DJI. I definitely feel you. I feel you on the expensive drone still in the box, although I don't feel you to that extent. I would definitely have it out by now. But sending something that costs $1,000, sending something that even costs $500, or sending something that even costs $300, or even $100, even a Bugs 2W, if you could get for $100, sending something that far away from you is literally sending your money away. Bye-bye, and hoping you'll get that money back. There is a possibility that you might not get that money back. But anyway, Better Pilot. Let's go ahead. Open up the Better Pilot fist. Better Pilot. Somebody said you become a better pilot, flying your toy grades and stuff like that. Well, how does that make any sense? It's less. It's less enabled. Yep, overpriced in their top drones. But if you want range, you right. If you again, that comes with the Hellcat. You can get drones, and again, you can get a muscle car, or I don't know. See, there's so many different ways you could go now. I don't like to mix brands when I'm talking about brands as far as like Dodge and whatnot. But cars, you can buy a performance car, but then you can buy a performance car. You can buy a camera drone, but then you can buy a camera drone. And with the lower tier to top tier, you're always going to have a price flux. And that's where DJI is. They know they're top tier, so they can charge top tier price. On this, I think they've done the consumer a little bit of a favor, and they might be doing the consumer a little bit of a favor to favor themselves. Well, how does that make any sense? They're losing money on profit. Well, it might give the consumer that is talking, and yes, throttle management on lower grade drones where you don't have all the assists. They might be giving the consumer, which we have a lot of consumers here, we have a lot of people typing, they might be giving that guy typing where DJI costs too much. They might be giving that guy who will not buy DJI because of the price gouging. They might be giving that guy an opening to DJI. The guy who said, I will not buy DJI. I'm not going to buy an overpriced drone. They might be opening the doors for that guy to now say, well, it's not so overpriced. This drone, this DJI Mavic Mini, is not so overpriced. I might give them a chance. And what that's going to do is wet their whistle. It's going to wet their whistle on DJI, providing I don't believe any obstacle avoidance. I'll check. I have the specs up. It might wet their whistle to the point where it's like, oh snap, I just bought this drone for this price. The video quality is amazing, which I don't know that. I'm not saying the video quality is going to be amazing. I would assume it would be. Video quality is amazing. The range is dope. And for what I paid for it, this is amazing. And now you might have somebody more willing to spend higher dollar if they're looking for a dope camera drone. The one thing I don't like about DJI is they can disable you from flying. They can. No obstacle avoidance. Should have some type of obstacle avoidance, but again, for the price, what can we ask for? For the price, 3-axis gimbal for the range. For DJI technology, if it doesn't have it, wonder if it could hit 40 mile per hour. Again, myself, I could care less about speed. Um, for me, DJI stuff is strictly, again, please excuse me. I'm sick. No, I'm good. Look forward to all the toy grade Mavic videos. Yes, you are going to see. You are going to see lots of toy grade Mavic Minis. It does have sport mode. For me, DJI stuff, they're tools. They're really not joy flyers for me. The only time that I use my Spark anymore is when I'm traveling or I want to video something. They're really tools of the trade. They're video tools for me, man. The Spark has yes, 1080p. So it's definitely it should be great video. I'm hoping, or no, I don't know why I'm guessing here. I was smart about this. I pulled up the specifications that way I can look at them. So let me go ahead and close the video. So operating with supported mobile device size, supported USB types, Lightning micro USB, Type B, and Type C. That's what the USB port types is going to be supported. Video transmission system is enhanced Wi-Fi. Live view quality will be 720p, 30 frames per second. Max bit rate will be 4 megabytes per second. Most computer monitors are 1080p for the most part. Right. Yeah, I've uploaded a couple videos in 4K. The only device that I have that will actually run 4K is my iPhone. What I'm using right now is 1080p. What's up, Jay? Sorry to throw another rabbit trail. What do you think of the new Skydio? No, that's a good rabbit trail. Thank you for throwing that rabbit trail. I couldn't think of the drone's name, and I wanted to touch on it as far as price comparison. The Skydio, I will not be owning a Skydio unless they send me one. The reason I will not be owning a Skydio is because of the price point. I believe it's $1,000. The Skydio has autonomous flight. You can turn that thing on and go, and it's going to chase you. It's going to record you. It's going to avoid all types of obstacles. So why wouldn't I want to get one? That's pretty dope tech. Again, price point. I don't want to spend $1,000 on the drone. But here is what I really want to touch on. The price point. Why is the price point so high? Is it all the technology? I don't think it's all the technology. Again, dude, we're nearing 2020. Our technology is pretty far advanced. All the technology that's going inside of these drones is tiny, tiny technology that we've gotten grasp of. I don't think the Skydio's price point at $1,000 is accurate. I think they're gouging a little bit. And I didn't say a lot, and I should be saying a lot, but I'm not saying a lot because this is being manufactured in the United States. The drone's being manufactured in the United States. And from the videos that I've seen, it's actually going down a small assembly line of people, not so much a large assembly line of robots. So that's Mavic 2 specs are superior to the Skydio 2. So that's why I wanted to just kind of throw the Skydio out here. All right, let's get back to the specifications on the drone at hand here. Latency depending, and again, this says depending on environmental conditions, it's going to be 170 to 240 milliseconds. Charger, we don't care about charger. Intelligent flight battery. They're rating it at 2,400 milliamp an hour, which is a 7.2 volt, which is weird. 7.2 volt battery is weird. We're normally used to seeing a 2S at 7.4 volt. Max charging voltage is going to be at 8.4 volts. Battery type is a Li-ion 2S. I'm confused here, guys. We're going to stop on the voltage right now. Does anybody own a LiPo battery that's 7.2 volts? This is time to get on your keyboards and educate me. All my LiPo batteries are 7.4 or higher. Like if they're LHIV, the higher voltage. 7.2 volts. Am I missing something here? Or is that a mistype? It might be a mistype. Lithium ion, which don't have as much C rating. These are common in tools. So, am I reading? Is lithium ion different than lipo? Educate me. Time to educate me. Lithium ion. Who's going to be flying a drone and autopilot, anyways? Um, I could tell you who's going to be flying a drone and autopilot while somebody tries to educate me about this battery that will stall on. So the people that are going to be flying a drone in autopilot are going to be your extreme sports people. That's about it. I love how they could charge my three spark batteries in under an hour at the same time. So yes, extreme sports people or people that just want to follow. It's possible I think it might be releasing a lower price for a period of them to. It's based on cells which are getting more common. I think the technology is more advanced. Okay. All right. So again, DJI might be ahead of the game. DJI might be ahead of my mental capacity as far as knowledge goes. So I have some learning to do. It might not be a misprint. But yeah, so I mean, your Skydio, which is autonomously flying, which I'm not really, I like to fly my drone. I like to pilot my drone. If it has a dope camera on it, I like to be the cameraman. I don't like to just say, bam, go do the work, drone. That's really not fun for me. But if you're BMXing, if you're skateboarding, if you're on automoto, motocross, if you are rock climbing, which that might be kind of boring, having it just kind of I guess if it's orbiting you, if you're rock climbing, if you're in extreme sports where you can't have your hands on it and it'd be more entertaining to have something follow you, that's where the Skydio is going to have it. DJI is ahead only because it's richer company, right? It is. DJI is a richer company and they are ahead of the game because of that. And again, I'm not a DJI fanboy, but it is what it is. And well, let's talk apples. You got a tree that barely sees any sunlight and gets hardly any water. We're talking about an apple tree versus a tree that gets lots of sunlight and has an irrigation system and lots of water. What apple is going to be better? Well, the apple that had better stuff into it, the apple that was better conditioned, the apple that wasn't neglected, on the other hand, that didn't get much sunlight, that didn't get much water. And that's DJI right now. Dude, you have a lot of companies that have been in the game for a long. SEMA, let's talk SEMA. Where is SEMA? SEMA's not in the hobby grade market. SEMA made a couple whacks into the hobby grade market. They had a GPS drone, brushless GPS drone that I tried to buy that was taken back off the shelves. And SEMA should be up there. For how long SEMA has been in the RC community, SEMA should be up there. For how many SEMA X5Cs have been sold? That drone alone, how many of them have been sold where SEMA should be up around DJI? Maybe it's a smart marketing ploy on themselves. Maybe they don't want to get in competition with the top dog. Maybe that was smart on themselves. But what they're not doing is implementing the technology that's out there. They're not taking the technology that they have accessible to them and implementing it in increments where they can. Because we all know SEMA. Does everybody in this forum, the 26 people that are here, we've been fluctuating between 26 and 30 something. Does everybody know who SEMA, SYMA, SEMA? Does everybody know who SEMA is? Exactly. Multi-rotors, Intel Max says my very first drone was a SEMA X5C. My first drone was Julie SEMA. First drone was a SEMA. That being said, the first drone was a SEMA. SEMA should be investing their money and making something compatible. What?
They caught the Joseph Oil.
From what, that kid?
Yeah, because it's close and it's going to be in Luzerne County, and you can go to the court hearing if you want, and they want you to fill out the victim impact.
Update, guys. I'm a victim. It's not funny. It's a little funny. Just sidestepping from SEMA. I said all about that I wanted to about SEMA, I guess, anyway. I got court papers in from the little guy that broke into my house. It's being transferred to a different county, and they kind of want me to appear. They said I can appear. They want me to fill out victim papers, and I might do it. I might not. I don't know. If you didn't catch the guy that broke into my house, the little 10-year-old, Simo Walkera Hubson, hoping, right, exactly. Exactly. Walkera. I think Walkera might have been around for a long time. Like, long, long time before J Drone even got in on the scene. I don't know. My wife's opening mail and she's did make him pay. No, they didn't make him pay, but I got my money back, and there's a possibility I might be able to recover more funds from this if I claim the victim card, which I don't think I'm going to claim the victim card. So if some of you people don't know, a 10-year-old broke into my house. He tried to catch my house on fire. He ate some ice cream. He stole roughly about $250, and then he took a deuce. He dropped the deuce in my bathroom, not in the toilet, but on the floor, and then dipped. I got security cameras. I don't know. My grainy. Yeah, you can't see the one there. There's one near me that I thought maybe you'd be able to see. So any of your dedicated Spark fans also see the Mavic Mini a replacement? I do. Good talking to you guys. J Drones by Intel Max Road is nice talking to you. Show me where he right. I mean, I don't know. As a grown adult, he's a child. He should be prosecuted. He should get help. He should get rehabilitation. But more so the Guardians should be getting more. We're getting way off topic here. The Spark, I see it as a replacement, but I don't see it as a. I see it a replacement for me. I don't see it as making the Spark obsolete. And here's why I don't see it as making a Spark obsolete. I might have touched on this already before. I see it as a replacement for me, just because if it's better than the Spark, it's going to be a replacement. The size in comparison is going to be a replacement point period. And then I'm going to have two Sparks collecting dust on the shelves. Here's where it's not going to get rid of the Spark, even if DJI decides to stop making the Spark. Because again, you have the people that say, I won't buy DJI. It's too expensive. With this drone at the price point, it's going to allow the people who won't buy DJI, who DJI is too expensive, able to go on Facebook Marketplace, able to go on eBay, able to go to their local, what are they called? Flea markets, their local flea markets, their local trade functions or whatever, and get Sparks super cheap. So do you think it's worth it? I do. I do. And again, I can't stamp it. You guys know when something's good, bam, J Drone stamp. Bam, J Drone stamp. I like to put my stamp on things. That way you guys know I can reassuredly tell you guys it's good. When I do range tests, I can tell you guys I've done it. As long as you're in a wide open area, I've done it. It's going to go to the range. I've tested the range of the controller. I can't stamp it right now. I can't stamp it. I'm not watching reviews. I'm not watching. I'm not watching prototypes of this. I'm really not. I've watched. I've watched very minimal because I don't want to dilute myself. I want to get the drone. I want to fly it. I want to have my own opinion on it. But right now, what I'm seeing on paper, I absolutely do think it's worth it for the price point. I paid the same amount. I paid more in Walmart for my Phantom 3 Standard, and I still have it. My battery's conditioned on it. I just charged my controller. I might be flying it soon, because that's all I have my Phantom 3 Standard for, is to condition the battery, to keep it alive. I don't use it. My Spark took over my Phantom 3 Standard. This drone, providing it's everything they say it's going to be, is going to take over my Spark. I'm going to wait and see what Casey the Troll says. Casey who? Casey Neistat? I haven't watched him in forever. I like Casey Neistat. I haven't watched him in forever though. But that's my thoughts, guys. Do you guys have anything else that you would like me to cover? I got to use the little boys' room, and there's no way for me to do that and take you guys with me. Although I've done that once. I have, where was it? Route 66. I was doing a live stream. I kind of held it up, and I was at a urinal, and all you could see was my face, and I went to the bathroom. And people weren't too happy with me doing that, but I did it just to continue to live stream. But obviously, I mean, I could take my laptop in there. I'm not going to. um, Haven't been up to date on the Mini. How much is it? John, you checked in late. We've gone over the price many times, so I'm not going to tell you. That's ignorant and that's very rude, and that's not me. I am going to tell you. I'm joking. The price is $399, one battery with the controller. You get a couple other things. You could get $499 one for a fly more, which you're going to get more batteries. John, go check out DJI's site. Here, I'll give you the specs, the page that I'm on, because I have it up right here. If you go here, you can check out the specs, some of the specs that we have not covered on this feed. I'm scrolling down to see if there's anything else that I need to cover. Capacity. So, okay, so here. All right, guys. Here. Conflicting issues. What do we say? What do we say about that battery? Intelligent flight battery, 2,400 milliamp an hour, 7.2 volts. We scroll down the page a little bit more. It says intelligent flight battery, 1,100 milliamp an hour. So now we got milliamp an hour conflicting. Okay. I have two batteries that are shown here. Intelligent flight battery, 2,400 milliamp an hour. And we scroll down, it says intelligent flight battery, 1,100 milliamp an hour. And we're showing a voltage of 7.6, which is more what we've come to know with the high voltage batteries. Hit with internet taxes in Illinois. I get hit with them in Pennsylvania. It's loaded in my chart, but I really don't got the money. If you don't got the money, save your money. This isn't going to be something. And again, Rick Roberts, I know that name really well. If you're the same Rick Roberts from Facebook, I know you really well. If you don't have the money, save your money. Save $100 a month. Save $100 a month. In Pennsylvania, dude, we get taxed for everything. So I'm on Amazon and I'm getting taxed now. I'm trying to decide if I get Mavic Mini, Mavic 2 Zoom, or the rumored Mavic 3 next year. Yes, I know who you are, Mr. Rick, with your inappropriate doll. We're going to keep scrolling down. App. The app is going to be DJI Fly. That's what the app's going to be. iOS 10.0 or later. Android version 6.0 or later. That's what's going to be. You're going to need a UHS iSpeed Class 3 or above. Required, which is 16 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme Lexera 633X or 32 gigabyte Samsung Pro Endurance, which I've never even heard of the Samsung cards, or a 200. Wow, it'll take a 256 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme. That's pretty impressive. We're going to continue scrolling down here. I'm holding my bladder for you guys. Footnotes: aircraft takeoff weight includes battery and propellers, so that weight is going to be with battery and propellers. But I think I got to end it here, guys, before I explode and you see lemonade blasting out of my eyes and ears. This was a really good feed. I'm happy I did it. I've been debating on doing it, but today, after seeing that you can order it now, I felt need to do it. How far you flown it? How far have I flown what? All right, we're going to end the feed. Guys, if you haven't hit a thumbs up, smash the thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding this, put it down below. I will be trying to do a video in my drone room today. The battery's probably already done. I got to hunt down 2 AAA batteries. I got to hunt down 2 AAA batteries for the controller, and I'll be doing a flight video with the controller. Although you could put on like a little glove and control this with a little glove, which is weird. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Subscribe, thumbs up, questions, comments, concerns down below. I appreciate everybody checking. Catch you later. I'm ending the feed, although I don't think it's ended yet. I have, are you sure you want to end screen? I'm ending it. Now it should